Hey guys, Deroir here. A lot of you guys have asked me to specifically outline some of my speculations about the third season of the Living Story. Some of you even asked about a potential Mind Spike episode about it. Now, unfortunately, I did not have time to make a full-length Mind Spike episode or even sit down in the chair to talk about it, though quite honestly, I'd actually just feel really stupid about making one, since it'd most likely just be obsolete within just a few days, as the patch hits this coming Tuesday. Yay! Which I'm really looking forward to. But nevertheless, I figured I wanted to put some of my thoughts out there somehow, since I haven't really had time to do proper videos since I got home from vacation. Anyways, I digress. Just a few days ago, as you guys most likely already know, we got an awesome hype-inducing trailer for this season that I wanted to go over with you guys. Specifically, a few details that for whatever reason I haven't seen anyone speculate about or even contemplate. So let's sort of watch it together. Now, first of all, I strongly believe that ArenaNet's trailer team consists largely of the same people that dealt with the trailers for the previous season, or at least I wouldn't be surprised to find that they follow the same methodology of video structure when displaying the story of the episode, which makes some of this analysis very straightforward. First, there's some banter about previous events and where the focus should lie for the consumer. Then we move on to the introductory part of the episode itself, which is the beginning of the chapter of the episode, where we'll most likely meet up all the heroes, though maybe not Timey in person, but perhaps as a hologram, if anything, to honor the loss of Air. We see Air's statue being built beside other great figures, and Ridlock speaks a couple of final words about his friend.
To a great warrior and friend. Goodbye, Air.
This scene will probably simply act to set the stage, tie up some loose ends here and there, give random details that the community have been asking for and such since the X-Pack. Then we move on to the interesting bit, the super curious bit. Now, going into this, I personally assume that this entire trailer solely focuses on the living story itself, even though we've been told that the story of the fractals might run parallel to the living world story. Meaning, I don't believe, as a whole lot of players do, that this bit has anything to do with the fractals, specifically the Chaotic Isles fractal. To explain my reasoning here, I'm going to have to cut a lot in this trailer from here on out, by the way. I believe that shortly after we've given our respects to Air, we are called on by Timey to go to Radanovus. Here she explains the situation, some of which we've been introduced to in Timey's log entries, one of which reads, "One of the more remarkable things I discovered here is a replica, or maybe the original prototype, of the leyline map we found just outside of Deroir. The magical network of ley energy is alive. It goes this way and then that way, 1 minute it's here and then the next it's over there. I had no idea it was in constant flux." If I were to guess, Timey has probably figured out some form of pattern or recognition system for the leyline flux, to which she would then go on to say,
"There's a hotbed of activity up north."
We then head off to get a hold of the only working packed airship, the one stolen by Scarlet so long ago and then later claimed by Captain Ellen Keel. Yeah, I'm 99% sure that this is the captain's airship. The rest of the pack fleet is destroyed. I honestly don't see any other realistic conclusion. Now the question is then, where do we fly off to exactly? Assuming Timey points towards north of her location, presumably in Radanovus, we should only logically be able to assume a single location, the Maguma Bloodstone. Yeah, this thing is the Bloodstone, and that shit is about to go boom. Why? Well, in the raid story we found that the White Mantle had been mining away at the Bloodstone to fuel the stasis chamber of Lazarus the Dire to resurrect him. The question which was posed by the player character at the very end was something akin to, but what happens if you break apart the Bloodstone? To which I, in an earlier video, mused that potentially it'd explode. Which is exactly what I believe is happening right here. We fly there, we're too late, too bad, shit blows up. And this area is the aftermath of that. So the reason why we see all this raid related stuff is because this is the aftermath of what the Mantle did, not what the heroes in the raid story did. The raid story and the living world story are intertwined. They are different aspects of the same story, but they are not dependent on each other. Now, if that explosion is big enough, it might leave some extra unexpected wreckage, who knows. But really the biggest problem we'll most likely encounter is the intensely excessive amount of magic now released upon the world. The death of Mordramoth only spawned anomalies here and there and manifested itself in a few locations. Imagine what kind of rampant hell this might create. Probably something with floating stuff all over the place and weird creatures in random places. Obviously, the White Mantle will do their best to take control over this chaotic situation, and yeah, probably try to establish Minister Caudicus on the throne, since his voice can be heard at the very end.
They will carry me all the way to the throne of Kryta.
The biggest question that remains, though, is still where exactly is Lazarus, and will we actually see him anytime soon? Also, to any firm believers of this place being the Chaotic Isles fractal, look here and here. The first one is a ley line to glide on, and the other one is a bouncing mushroom, all of which is hot mastery territory, and I don't believe for a second that ArenaNet will dare to introduce those mechanics into the fractal experience. My guess would be that all of this will take place either right where we always believed the Bloodstone to be, or a bit to the north, though not too far. Not yet. As a final note, the only thing that I have to say about this particular anomaly is that it seems to me that it's now also absorbing Bloodstone magic as well as the leyline magic. I wouldn't be surprised to find that we're going to see a lot of hostile anomalies and weird creatures around in the near future. If there's anything I've learned over the years of narrative speculations, it's to always stick with the given narrative direction and never to bleed your heart out about your biggest hopes and dreams. I honestly don't expect huge maps, challenges, or the like right from the start, but I do expect ArenaNet to kick off the story with a big boom. Now, I think that's all I've got for you guys this time. Oh, and by the way, if you were looking to pick up the expansion for yourself, family, or friends, as of recording this, the game is 50% off, and if you use the link down in the description of this video to purchase it, it also supports this channel. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and till next time, I will see you in the mists.